Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to COD Zombies HQ. With Treyarch releasing new content into Black Ops Cold War today, I've been seeing a lot of Zombies players confused on if any new actual Zombies content itself has been added in this update, and if there will be in the future. So let's quickly go over everything we know about Year 2 Zombies content for Black Ops Cold War just after this. This episode of the Zombies News Update is sponsored by FRAG Pro Shooter, a third-person mobile shooting game with over 100 million players worldwide. Can't say that about Vanguard Zombies. You can play on both iOS and Android devices. It features clean, high-quality pop culture-inspired graphics, and unlike in Zombies, you won't be drawing any blood from your enemies in this game, but you win games by building a deck of 5 different characters out of over 100 to choose from, then dropping in and taking out an enemy bunker within fast-paced 3-minute matches. FRAG is available to download now via the link in the description, and with it, they'll be giving you a bunch of special rewards to get you started in the game. Be sure to check it out now, and thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Now, many months ago, before even the release of Vanguard Zombies, there was some indication from some inside sources that Black Ops Cold War would be receiving some kind of Year 2 DLC support. Well, a few weeks ago, for the first time, Treyarch actually confirmed this, that yes, Black Ops Cold War will be receiving new free DLC content in 2022 in the form of the WMD multiplayer map, which was delayed and just released today, as well as with the new Vargo 52 weapon, which can be used and unlocked in the Zombies mode, but that specific weapon already released when the update was announced back on March 4th, but there was a little bit of confusion and some fans were quick to notice that there wasn't any Zombies specific content included in this first Year 2 update, though players were pointing out that in their blog post above this update, Treyarch does specifically say that this is their first update of 2022 for Black Ops Cold War, and not necessarily their last, meaning that there will be more free DLC coming to Black Ops Cold War this year. Now, the big question for the Zombies community in this case is there going to be any Zombie-specific content? The first update had a multiplayer map and a weapon that can be used in Zombies, but no specific Zombies content itself. Now, we did have some indications about what that Zombie-specific content for Year 2 could take the form of, with the belief being that because some players were able to actually access and play a new Zombies Outbreak map on the map Crossroads, that map was obviously in development for the Zombies mode, but for whatever reason, Treyarch either didn't finish it or haven't released it back then, with the expectation that some small team would continue to work on it and it would be released as a new Outbreak map in 2022. Well, that hasn't come into fruition with the first 2022 update, but it does mean that there is still a possibility we see that map come to Outbreak later this year. And with Treyarch adding new multiplayer maps into the game with WMD, some players were speculating that they could be coming to the Onslaught mode, which if you guys remember, a lot of you probably haven't even played because it was exclusive to the PlayStation platform for the first year of Cold War's release, and only at the end of that year made its way to all platforms, the Onslaught mode being based entirely on multiplayer maps with just basically some Zombies spawns added in. Treyarch could simply convert some of those new multiplayer maps they're adding into Onslaught maps for a quick and easy content release for the Zombies mode. Now, as of right now, there is no actual in-game leaks or information pointing to that, but hey, it could be something that they're thinking about and having it be in development. Now, in terms of my personal favorite, and I think the most interesting part of the Zombies mode, that being new round-based Zombies content, I would expect that we will not be seeing any more free round-based Zombies maps released for Black Ops Cold War. That if they do release Zombies content in 2022 as part of their Year 2 DLC package, it won't be round-based related and will likely be one of those 2 prior modes we mentioned, either Outbreak or Onslaught. Now, where we could possibly expect new round-based content in Cold War, and the speculation surrounding it is that new round-based maps could release for this game, but they wouldn't be free and they wouldn't be in 2022. With Treyarch announcing that their next main series Call of Duty game, originally scheduled to release in 2023, has been delayed by a year to 2024, it means that for the first year in forever, there will be no main series COD release in 2023. But knowing Activision, and even though they're now parented by Microsoft, it's likely they'll still want to put out some kind of new Call of Duty content that year, with speculation in the community being that that content could end up taking the form of the long-rumored Zombies Chronicles 2, of which it would contain several remastered maps from past Call of Duty games, and of those maps, is rumored that they're all in pretty late stages of development, that they're largely completed, and that Activision was simply waiting for the right moment to actually release this DLC pack update. And hey, the first year in well over a decade where there's no new Call of Duty release might end up being the perfect time to make that happen, with a lot of players hoping that if Zombies Chronicles 2 does happen, that they won't release it in a game like Vanguard, and that they'll actually release it in a more heavily polished, more traditional zombies game here in Black Ops Cold War. Which on one hand makes a lot of sense, especially if you go into Black Ops Cold War with all of its features, all of its permanent upgrades, the way the weapons feel, the zombies behave, and all the map and game type options available in that game, and then compare it to something like Call of Duty Vanguard Zombies. While it seems like Treyarch is slowly trying to expand that game, it is still in a dire straits of lacking any kind of depth of content that quite simply Cold War was able to achieve throughout its first DLC year compared to Vanguard, and making it, at least as it stands right now with Vanguard's current state, the absolute superior current gen Call of Duty Zombies game. Thus, if Treyarch does decide to dedicate a major release, a massive new DLC pack into the Zombies mode, we would hope that they would release it into the more developed game, running on a more dated but traditional Zombies engine compared to the new Call of Duty engine that Vanguard Zombies is running off of. Of course, the drawback to that being if the leaks do come true and that Zombies Chronicles 2 does release in 2023, well, Cold War would have released back in 2020 with two new COD games, Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2, separating that release timing, which might be a little bit too long of a time for Activision and Microsoft to release new content into a game that's that old. Of course, you could point to the original Zombies Chronicles and say, hey, they released a whole new DLC pack for Black Ops 3 well after its initial release year, but that pack was released in under a year after the first DLC Seasons Pass year was complete. This would be released like 2 years later. Quite a good amount longer time than the original Zombies Chronicles. Whatever the case, at least here right now in 2022, Treyarch will be continuing to update Black Ops Cold War with new free DLC content, where we can all hope that mixed in with that new multiplayer stuff, Treyarch will end up releasing some new dedicated Zombies content into this awesome game. But that does wrap up this video, guys. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below if you enjoyed it. Hopefully that helps explain the new DLC being added to Cold War today and what its deal is when it comes to the Zombies mode. But I want to thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you with another Zombies news video very soon. Peace!